I want to share why I'm doing this channel. So right now, because of Corona, it is selfish in the sense that I want to exercise, and no better way than sharing that with other people. So that is one motivation for me to do this channel. But more important is to share the love of God with everyone who want to join in. So CrossYoga is for everyone, even though one might not believe a whole lot in God or be unsure about what this God thing is. Everyone can join and take whatever perspective they have. So when I say God or Jesus or the Holy Spirit or something like that, maybe to you that means love or the greater good or something. That's fine. I just want to share that with you, that this is the vision of this channel, to spread the word of God and to help people enjoy themselves and be aware of what's going on in their body, soul, and mind. Be healthy. Warm welcome to every single one of you. I have a beautiful class for you with a focus of joy, gratefulness, being playful on the mat. And if you join in and you don't feel playful or full of joy and everything, welcome to my world also. Actually, I think sometimes when I don't feel playful and like super duper on top of everything, I need to focus on being grateful. I need to focus, put my emotions somewhere else here, and then put my mind on God. And I think maybe that's the reason why God tells us so many times in the Bible to worship Him. Because we need to put our eyes or our focus away from what's going on here. Some of us are really good at that. And then look at God saying, okay, God, who are you? Wow, all that. So sit comfortably on your mat. Take your hand somewhere on your knee or thigh. Make sure you sit tall and straight. Close your eyes. And just sit. Breathe. Relax your body. Sigh it out through your mouth if you feel that it's good. And I want to begin our time with a prayer. God, Son, and Holy Spirit, the greater good, help us to focus right now on you. Help us to let go of everything that's going on in our lives right now and just enjoy, or at least focus on who you are. You are pure love, pure grace, real forgiveness, and I don't know if you've ever been thinking that God is not everything. Because God is not evil. God is not vindictive or jealous in that sense. So right now, all the good and loving perspectives or things God are, which perspective or realm or whatever you want to call it of God do you want to focus on right now? Is it God being love or the shepherd or something else? What good perspective of God do you want to focus on right now? And take that, bear that with you, maybe make it your focus or your intention for the class. Take your right hand down to your side and take your left hand above your head, side bend. Moving your hands towards the sky, going to the other side, moving the ribs from each other as you bend from side to side, and then do this slowly, moving the whole time, but kind of like fluid. Like when you see a field with crops and the wind like moving on those crops, move like that, soft, waving from side to side. Isn't it nice just to move like this? You know, your body, your movements, your postures were also made to worship. Beautiful. Sitting tall again, just for a short moment. Take your fingers together, prayer hands, so to say, and move your palms towards the screen, posting your shoulder to the front, and then lift them up, your hands up towards the sky, and release it out. Let's do that one more time. Fingers together, palms facing to the front. Lifting up, maybe a small back bend, and release. So again, what feels good as you sit here and do this? And you're welcome to use your Ujjayi breath. Super. Let's get ready to down dog. So slowly turn yourself around. And I just want to mention that if you're not that used to yoga or you have issues with down dog, you can always come onto the tabletop and do your down dog on tabletop like this instead. But if you want to do down dog, let's move into it. Lift your hip up and of course movements in our legs. And try to do something in your down dog that you have not done before. Is there any posture or any thing that you have not done before? The crazier it is, the more weird it looks, the better.
So here on the mat, we are trying to let go of all the things that might normally, if you're in a class, you wouldn't do weird things, but probably you're alone right now, so feel free. I mean, side out, maybe laugh, maybe do something you have not done before during our class today. Feel free, okay? Cry, laugh. Walk your feet to the front end of your mat. Your forward fold. Try to get your knees or your legs as bended, as stretched as you can, so you feel a little bit of tension without it being too much. Awesome. Mountain pose. Standing tall. Shaking your shoulder blades back and down. And this class that we're gonna do today will be like a thing in between flow and slow. I couldn't decide, so that's what we're gonna do today. Take your right hand underneath like a round ball, and then you take the left up to like holding a big, what do you call ball? I don't know. And then move your hands around, do the opposite side. And let's do that a few more times. Inhale as you move your hands around. And exhale as you get there. Close your eyes and feel your body. There's no magic in those poses here. But if you feel powerful, if you use your imagination, maybe imagine that God did those poses as He created some of the animals or something like that. And let's do the last time around. And then mountain pose. You're still standing at the front end of your mat. Gather your feet and your knees. Coming to a chair pose. And make sure the feet and knees are actually gathered. Gathered is not almost gathered. So come down, bend your knees. Sink low. Make sure knees and toes are somewhat aligned. Take your right hand and move it to the outer edge of your left thigh. Your shoulder blades kind of turn around, almost stacked on each other. Knees not departing from each other too much. Come into your middle. Rise up. Take your hands up towards the sky, and then do your cactus hands, we call it. Small back bend, 90-degree angles in your elbows. Palms lift again, straight spine, chair pose. Bend your knees, and then move your left hand to the outer edge of your right thigh. Again, move to the middle, and let's do this small dance. Again, exhale as you lean back, cactus hands. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, twisting to your left side. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back bend. Inhale, straight spine, high mountain. Exhale to your right side. Twist. And then move. I wouldn't recommend that you close your eyes, but just breathe. Think of that perspective, of that characteristic of God that you thought of in the beginning. more time through on each side. Beautiful. From a standing pose, hands down by your side. You can move your feet a little bit further from each other. Take your right leg and just step it 1 foot, a little bit more maybe, distant from each other. Close your hip, toes and heels point the same way, the length of the mat, and then lean forward, pyramid pose. If you have blocks or anything that you want to use for your hands, go ahead. Forehead reaches or seeks towards the front knee. Breathe deeply and freely. Lift up your head, your spine away, rising up. And take your right hand to the front, left elbow on top, and then do your eagle hands. Either like this or just whatever you can reach for with your hands. Lift your elbows away from your chest. Make sure your shoulders are away and fingers away from your head. And then slowly see if you can keep your balance. Take your right leg there, move it on top of the other, crossing your legs, either like just crossing, or see if you can find your eagle pose and wrap your foot around your leg. Breathe and sink low if you're like today, maybe the sleeping or soaring eagle, bending down. Play with it. And let's release that eagle. Take your hands out to the side, woo, without falling. Release your legs. Step your right leg back. Open up your hip. Warrior 2 legs, that means the back foot is aligned with the short end of your mat. We're not going into Warrior 2, we're going into a triangle pose. Stretching your front knee, leaning forward. Hips not moving back. I spend a lot of energy pushing almost my hip forward. Awesome. Release. Take your hands down. Downward facing dog. Take your vinyasa flow or stay in your down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Maybe move a little bit to the front end of your foot as you lower down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, down dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, chest lifts. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. And make your down dog a little bit softer. You don't have to stretch anywhere right now. Just soften your down dog. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, take your shoulders away from your ears. And just stay here, a comfortable down dog. And then walk or jump your feet to the front end of your mat. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, high mountain. And then mountain, hands down by your side. Taking your left leg, again, just a little bit behind you. Pyramid pose, closing your hip as always. Navel in as we lean forward. Stretching hamstrings, calves.
your front knee a little bit, lifting up, putting your body weight on your, wait a minute, first your hands. Left elbow under, right elbow on top, and then your eagle hands. Again, lift your elbows, hands away, and let's see if we can keep our balance. No rush. Put it on top, crossing your legs and wrapping a foot if it's an option for you. I prefer squeezing my thighs together. I feel like that helps my balance a little bit. And then I try to breathe. Again, woohoo, lean forward or whatever works. All right, let us be free. Release your hands, arms out to side. I love this way of releasing. Taking your left leg behind you, turning a foot around, opening up your hip directly into a triangle pose. Take a look at your heels aligned. Lean forward. No need to reach the floor with your hands. Just take a hold of your leg. Maybe it's on your knee. Maybe it's lower. Awesome. Let's go. Hands down. Lift your heel. Step it back. Down dog. Vinyasa. Flow if you need it today. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Down dog, exhale. Gonna play with our wild thing and some sort of weird postures. Take your right leg up, bend your knee, open up your hips. So you're always welcome to stay here and let that be it. But if you can move your right leg behind you, lift up your belly towards the sky, find your wild thing, go ahead and do that. We won't be standing too long because we're moving back already into down dog, taking left leg, lifting up, or bending our knee. As again, stay here or move back. So kind of moving from one side to the other, not too fast, but freely. Breathing. Don't be too focused on if you do it right or wrong. It doesn't have to look pretty. Awesome. We're getting warm. One last time to each side. Amazing. We'll take a break after this. Who feels like child's pose right now? I do. Lower down. I would recommend taking your arms down by your feet or hands by your feet, forehead on the ground. God is all powerful. We can't understand him, but he's still all powerful. Coming into a puppet pose, stretching our arms and shoulders. I would recommend you come a little bit up on your knees. Take your hands as far away from you as possible. If you have a block, I would recommend you put your hands on your block. Take your head down between your hands and relax.
Probably would feel it on your shoulders, triceps. Super, let go of your hands. Come up on your knees. Maybe you fold your mat a little bit for your knees' sake. Take your hands up, palms together, let go of your shoulders, and then let's do a side stretch on our knees, just to try that. You push your hip the other direction, then your hands. And now we are moving to your right side with your hands or your arms. Moving back and to your left side. Let's do that one more time. Actually, I'm getting you ready to another bird pose, if you want to join me. And I love this bird pose because it's wonderfully weird and hard and amazing. And it makes me want to play. So if you have another posture that you prefer, go ahead and do that. But let's try that bird of paradise. That is great. You can walk your feet into the front of your mat, find your yoga squat. I will turn myself around so you'll be able to see me. Toes or feet out, knees out, and sink low. I can't go completely low because of my knee, but if your buttocks can reach your heels, go for that. Take your elbows and push your knees a little bit out. Yeah, this is our foundation. Moving into a version of bird of paradise. Now, lift your hips a little bit up, not too much. Right hand underneath your right knee, like that. Left hand behind you. And see if you can bend so low on your knees that those two hands can reach each other. Now you can always stay here and you'll feel a shoulder stretch on your your right shoulder. But if we're gonna have that bird of paradise flying, we're gonna bend both knees, lift up right leg. And I know it looks impossible if you haven't done it before, but have faith. Woo-hoo-hoo. Awesome. Now bend your knee, or let's see if you can straighten out your leg. My balance is not with me today. Oh, let's just play with it. No rush. Moving again. Looking to the ground. Breathing. And just doing whatever. It's awesome. Oh, when you're done, come into a semi-wide stand. Feet out. And forward fold, stretch your leg, and sway from side to side. And when I do those poses like this, I'm not doing them to show off because I'm not good at them. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I'm doing it because I need to challenge myself, and I want to have fun and kind of just being involved with God. Having fun, having my own party here. I'm doing the other side. Left hand underneath your knee. Right hand behind you. See if those fingers can reach each other. Look down. Picture yourself lifting. And play with it. Come on, a little bit more. Or do your yoga squat, just stay down there. Awesome. Who feels that in their shoulders? Let's go down on our sitting bones, legs to the front end of your mat. And we've been squeezing our shoulders a little bit like this. So let's do the other way. Take your hands behind you. Lift your heart up. pushing your shoulders together behind. Maybe your heart is saying, here I am. Let me borrow, God, a little bit of your personality, of your characteristica. God also invented fun and laughter. And on our yoga mats, we tend to be very serious, at least that's what I think sometimes. It can be so powerful just to have a good time. Releasing. Take your right hand up. Turn your hands, so your pinky fingers are towards the sky. And take hold of your foot, the outer edge of your foot. Lift your foot up like this. Try to straighten your knee without crossing your legs. Turn your shoulders around so you're twisting your core. I take the free hand behind me, my left hand behind me. Lean back, trying to lift my chest and move my left shoulder behind me. Awesome. Coming back, take that leg, your left leg, put it behind you. Maybe you want to sit on your heel. I'm not good at that, but lean back to get a stretch on your quads, your thigh here. Relax. And sit again. Doing this in the opposite direction. Left hand up, pinky fingers towards the sky, outer edge of the foot, straighten out your leg, and twisting. If anyone knows what this pose is called, let me know. Turning your shoulders, maybe looking down, going for alignment everywhere, as much as you can. And I have to say that sometimes I think, especially if you're into like working in the church or humanitarian work or just helping people in general, you can almost feel guilty about having fun. But I think it's so important that we don't, that we allow ourselves to laugh with people, laugh with God, being free, taking time to rejuvenate and get energized. Release. Right leg behind you. And lean back. If you know this story about Jesus going to the wedding where he turned water into wine, how do you picture Jesus attending that wedding? That probably lasted for a few days. Let go. Is he like sitting in the corner having serious discussions with people the whole time? Crying with people? Or is he also on the dance floor having fun, laughing, drinking a bit of wine? I believe he did everything. Lean back, find your boat pose. So if he did it, why shouldn't we? Take your hands up and let's do a little bit of taking our boat into the wild sea with lots of waves. So lean back and try to keep your balance, but challenge your balance.
Come on, move. If you find any other weird postures that you want to do here, go ahead. Just 2 more seconds. And then, let's roll back on our spine. Let your knees reach each other, feet on the ground, hands out. And if you're in that kind of mood where you feel like, I'm gonna do a headstand, go ahead and do one. If you're like, I wanna relax, just give me a break, stay down here, okay? Just close your eyes, listen to whatever I'm saying without really noticing it. I don't mind. If you wanna do a headstand, maybe you go to a wall where you feel safe. I recommend that you fold your mat just for the sake of your head. Now, if you do a headstand, make sure that it's the top of your head, not your forehead. And everyone can do some sort of headstand, I'm saying. If you take your hands out here, you do a triangle, hands and head not aligned. This is a headstand, so please feel comfortable, feel free just to do this headstand. Next step, lift your knee. And then maybe you want to do your clown pose. This is not that difficult. I know it looks difficult, but try. Not if you have neck injuries. Maybe from here, see if you can lift up and find your balance. This is the harder pose for your arms, but it's the easier one to get into if you want different steps. And when you come down, try to do it slowly. Full control. Down. Child's pose. I love that feeling of pressure on my head. If you've just started your headstand, no worries, get ready. Finish up. No rush. If you were down here with your knees together, at some point we all gather here. And finding our eagle legs again before resting, which means that we're going to do a spinal twist. So move your body, that can be to your right side on your mat. Take your right leg on top of the other, crossing your legs. And if your lower back allows, move your legs to your left side. Now my back tends to say, but it's nice. It releases tension. That free arm, move it out to the side opposite direction. Close your eyes and try to relax. Right, getting back on our backs, releasing your legs, moving yourself to the other edge of the mat, left leg on top, move to your right side. Now your spine are aligned with the mat, so you don't arch your back in any way, you twist it. Like you take a cloth from the kitchen, and when you try to release water out of it, you take it in the different directions. It's the kind of same thing here with our spine. Beautiful. Time for resting. But before that, after do twisting our backs, I love to take a hold of my knee just to get my my lower spine straight again. At least it feels like that. And then rest. Maybe you do like this today. Let's do like this today. Let's roll together like a ball. Take a huge inhale, and as you exhale, let's find our resting pose. If that felt good, do it one more time or two more times. You feel that difference between being curved, squeezed together, and opening up, relaxing. Laying down, opening up your mouth. Nothing you need to hurry to do. So as I speak to different characteristics of God as you lay down on your mat, picture those characteristics in your mind. Use your imagination. Now God is a rock. So picture a rock. And what does that mean to you? And God, Jesus, is our shepherd. Picture what a shepherd looks like, or what you think they look like. And maybe just notice how that feels, that Jesus is our shepherd. God is the creator, the origin of everything. What does a creator look like to you? What does it mean to you? And God is our shield. Imagine a shield and how you would use it. And God is our King. That might be a foreign concept to a lot of us. But God is a just King, ruler, fair and loving. And what does that do to your perspective of God? You are welcome to stay on your mat as always when we finish up our time together. Maybe imagine more of what God is to you. When you're ready to sit up at some point, begin slowly with moving your hands and feet and all that. Take your time. No rushing up. I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the mat. I hope that you felt that you're in another place right now. More content, maybe. From my heart to your heart, thank you. Thank you for helping CrossYoga reach further with subscribing and all that. You know what to do.